and stay informed like never before.
The Today Show, only on Slick Television. Every second at the society.
There's a suggestion by a certain agency of the state for redefine the map or redefine the boundary of the Western Area Peninsula National Park from how it is now, from 17 point something thousand hectares to down by 12,000 hectares. And there's a growing concern by the water sector management agencies, say that it gets huge consequences. But how for do this redemarcation now? If they not do that one day, then houses where already they, that Guma catchment area they, will be affected. Dozens of them. But the water management agencies say, that the right thing and they for do. For just pull their host and they come out and make the green belts remain intact. That is a concern. So it's huge. So that now we focus today in the conversation, as that they cause some serious conversations around already. Hello, my name is Patrick Salia. Welcome to the Today Show. This is the Thursday edition. It's been rainy, cats and dog, so far in Freetown and in other parts of the country. Already it's rains. But let me take you through a motivational message first for you today. Here it says, forests are the world's air conditioning system. The death of the forest is the end of our life. So the forest, then can say, now in they produce the breeze where they take in. They treat them, they take their way around. And they produce the breeze there where they take inside. And which will they breathe out, when they call carbon dioxide. And then they take, and in their own survival, and in their own life. So if we not get waiting and they produce, we go die. Probably. And if we not produce waiting then they live on, then self might die. Probably. So how we go manage this situation? And now, the National Protected Area Authority and the Ministry of Lands, they suggest, say, for redemarcate the Western Area National Peninsula Park, then at the Guma Water Catchment Area, Mile 13, and the surrounding communities at the peninsula. But Ministry of Water Resources and Guma Valley Water Company say no. How will do this now? We'll go into the journey after the break.
Man them. This na boys. Usai man and they put all thing at table. From Pantap, say good inside boys, we know they hide behind with shadow at all. We real and this them na all but we.
Every woman first, let me start that, always they look for a successful man. So likewise, majority of the men also they look for successful woman.
We can't talk about we hustle and we dey fair money.
When you like somebody, you first of all get for take care of whatever you like. Make them a priority.
We relationship and waiting people they expect from we man them.
You know, women are more emotional than men. If you start them, where you enjoy them, you go they come.
This not a side where we just they can't talk. This na brotherhood. Na side for let you see and feel what it really mean for B-boy picky.
Sex is intimacy.
This na boys. So come na the bar, grab a chair, buy a drink, let we talk, chill and vibe. Cause this na boys who side where they shake the table.
up to important issue them where they affect Salon and the world. The Epic Morning Show, they set the agenda for the day by way for look inside social, economic and political environment and self bring interesting topic them when need critical answer and solution them. We they bring the issue them come to Unu with just one agenda when for serve the people with all the answer where they need. Tune in to the Epic Morning Show every Monday to Friday 7:30 to 10 o'clock in the morning on Epic Radio 99.3 FM as we bring in Master Sabi people for come discuss all the important issue them where they happen in the country. You can watch me live now with Facebook page when at Epic Radio 99.3 FM and surf on Slick TV channel 37. Epic Morning Show with a serve on no Ottawa.
Welcome back. This is today's show on Slick Television on channel 37 with option for follow me on with social media handles, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok as well, and the other handles. So, just quite recently, we see Usai Eton Bonatut Fole we get water at Freetown. Currently, Freetown they survive on how for get water supply on a daily basis. The daily basis in the sense, if you check, you see water they flow, and people they pipe in the courts, people in the stay late at night for get water. This has happened for years now, and this has been the situation we Freetown not grapple with. So this don't affect education according to plenty people them. We will talk to you, but we'll go for listen to them shortly. But let's go to probably the reason we make that need to happen. We'll go to the Guma Dam. The Guma Dam, where they are responsible exclusively for supply water in Freetown. This was in April. This shot was captured in April. You see the naked side and at the water catchment, and this is at the treatment plant at the Guma Dam facility in mile 13. So this dam where you see the naked side end is supposed to be full onto so you see the mark up by the roadside. But as at April, it was still very low. So this then say they cause serious water supply to Freetown as a result. In fact, some other parts in the city, they even get water. Whereas the side where they get water, now on 1 day in, 1 day out. Even that 1 day in, 1 day out, some man they still struggle for get the supply as a result of either cut pipe or one or two other reasons. But quite recently, in fact in 2022, President Julius Maada Bio, as a result of all of this problem, they go visit the Guma Valley Water Catchment Zone, mile 13. We're responsible for supply water holistically to Freetown and nearby communities. In fact, in that very visit day, a call for the redemarcation of the Greenbelt. And he asked for let the Ministry of Lands do thorough investigation into how the land where Guma for use for getting water don't turn out to place them outside people they occupy. So this, for example, now be in April, precisely April 22, 2023, April 22, April 23 in 2022. This was President Julius Maada Bio in that very visit day. If you see, accompanied by the Guma General Manager and the then Minister of Water Resources, Victor Karimo Lansana, behind President Bio with the black glasses and the black cap. See the Guma Director General, very close to President Bio in right hand. So this was how serious the problem was in 2022, where we called for let them do thorough investigation. But how many years down the line, from 2022, about 3 years ago, the problem still remains rife. And now, the National Protected Area Authority, we don't recommend for let them do a redemarcation. Now, the Minister of Water Resources and Guma Valley Water Company, they say no. we opposed to that redemarcation there. And here is what they put out on June 16th. Both Ministry of Water Resources and Guma Valley Water Company. Then say here that the proposal for reduce the very Guma catchment area, the Western Area National Peninsula Park, when the Guma water catchment area there, for reduce them from 17,185 hectares to 12,218 hectares, then about 5,000 hectares then go pull commodity. If they redemarcate them, then they pull 5,000 hectares. Then the result now from 17,000 to 12,000 hectares. So then see then they get huge consequences on the water supply security and biodiversity environment sustainability for Freetown and nearby communities. Then list a number of reasons why then say this go cause some serious problem. One, then say future of water security projects under threat, because then say then get plan for construct dam them na number 2 river, Congo Dam, Hastings, York, Big Water, and other sites them, always supposed for serve people but with this way we host them they around the Guma catchments now, so it cause some serious threats. The green belt would then say for shift, it cause some serious threats. And say this they capture that very area they capture excessive rain during the rainy season. And say it increase water storage treatment capacity. It get the capacity for position Salone for access carbon credit financing. Right now, Salone and other countries they benefit from that. But only way you get forest them where they for attract what I talked about earlier, waiting the tree them, the ticket and they produce. That breeze where they take them they produce. Only we get done the aim for supply them enough. They get money out of that, and then they go massina so. Then go further and say environment and biodiversity impact. Increased flood and landslide. They say already community they don't begin experience them. And this now exclusively due to the encroachment now the very water catchment area where they say don't turn bonnet coat, you don't increase the pressure. Poor precedent and historic evidence. They say they don't do similar redemarcation in 2012. We've been further reduce the catchment area them, and then they been cause some serious problem, and till now they cause serious problem because plenty hosted on there already in a Gloucester saddle. You ain't no Freetown much, where you come off Obe College, where you go Gloucester, the grand place where the Ministry of Works, and if I have been Dennis Anintem, where they been proposed, Dennis Anintem as Minister of Lands, and say for construct the embassy, for relocate the embassy, then go there exclusively. Now be that place they then call Gloucester Saddle. So then go further and say the Okel River project, where now one part the other project we government be done to consider, let them not even consider. Because then is supposed for take care of the greater area where they along that axis there from River Okel to Songo. So let people know Abupa and say it go reach Freetown. So waiting Freetown for Abupa, na Guma catchment area and other water dam then they. Now all land they force. And then we go back to the people where don't they complain this problem. How much then think say this where they affect Guma right now, so they affect them. And probably if they do a redemarcation further from 17,000 to 12,000 hectares and pull 5,000 hectares commodity, how much more consequence you will get? We'll go to Sierra Leoneans and listen quickly before we start this conversation.
Strain for water business. Mostly they can say dry season time. For low get water, it is strain. They pass 3 days for low get water, it no go be easy. At times, if you say picking for let them go school, they strain. They strain for the water business. Pass with the parents and now they grab go find the water for them. For let them able was for go school. They really strain. What would this community they strain for water business? For mostly for drink water safe. Now well water now we they use. We no get pump around here. Now well water we they use. Pass to buy water for drink, grafting water for drink. Well, like we can go far to Kakoa Mandea with the Donian in them Kakona we can go get water. I tell you they go for go get the water. It take way long. If we go there morning time, until we know they come, they take 12 o'clock something in the afternoon hour. For now, if we get the water, it will be a strain to we. For go school, we the parents there now they stand for them because now for go get the water, they not go able go get that water there. We the parents now they stand for them for let them go school. Because at times if they go get the water, then they really late for let them go school. They need to go to time. Sometimes they can go say they don't pass 8 o'clock. So if pikin they go school, it don't pass 8 automatically they late. Sometimes they meet one subject, they miss them. So pass at times with the parents then now they grab go find the water. Sometimes when they come out school, they meet the water now. Sometimes the next day they don't go able go fetch the water again. Now they go fetch the water for them.
It's not really easy. It's not easy for we. Especially we get picking, they not really funny how they do business. We not get pump water now. It does over how many years we not get pump water now how they drink. Now well water how they drink. And the well water maybe it's difficult for them to get them. When you send picking, they get for go school. You go to map they say for let get that water they not go funny. Some day they late. Water business in Mona is over how many years we need drink pump water. We meet pipe there now. But later on, they say the pipe they all lump well, so they may disconnect her. So for them, they disconnect her, they not even go pump water. So now that strain there with the strain right now. Me, man, not like I get the trick maybe because so I don't know for say water business don't wanna. I they make fast for like go sell, so I can pull and day. I can wait okay. Every days I may pick it there. If you want to give at school for that, that's why I get for going to the school. I go big. I say they let them sorry for me because I my kids still not that able for pay the education business. So you see the teacher I get for say well, if now weekend let me go they make the picking they get now. So
the problem again for water, you know, good for talk. The only time they get easy term, now in rain season, but the dry season, the water they come out up. Now begin to go bill. For look, I use that no money. All gonna tongue now, we buy that graft water we can drink. But water business at this community not funny for we. Now problem on at this community, dry season, they see we suffer. We begin to go to Waska, so man they go there from morning till net. So the past is impossible go call her. It's not easy for we at all the water business. We are the off wash car. We suffer for water. We suffer too much for water dry season. They see that they don't take good picking the whole belly, do Waska. For water business, we suffer, me picking, we suffer for water. The only time get less time for water 9 hours in season. But if you ain't not come, yeah, me picking, it's not easy for we. Study because water business, so don't able to study because the water business. And I see we suffer up there earlier for water. So no problem now, yeah. Help take picking the car, what you go able to do? Not go able to do nothing, no, me picking, not go able to do nothing. Why is he come walk water like coffee? God bring a cup for you now. Now for like a little night sleep.
But when it comes to water, the people they struggle now, yeah. Especially when it comes to March, let me just say January, February, March to April. The way I see people they struggle now for water business is very, very sad. It's, in a way, it will affect picking their study because one, you know now, when something like this, they affect Peking mentally, especially when Peking don't used to a comfortable life, they want free water flow and all of this. But when every day they just go for the poor water like this, they feel very disturbing. You know, it can sometimes affect them mentally, you know. It can even distract Peking from, you know, studies and all of that. Like me now, one example first, where I go say, my Peking are not really comfortable anyways. But there's no way. I can always say, you know, this is home. We just go for cope the way other people they cope.
The views of Sierra Leoneans, especially women, where they feel the pinch of how much water not they. But if you go to the latest image of the area outside Guma Valley, you see these shots of communities around Guma. You see how stretched the houses and how much the houses and continue to go, then you start to ask the question how the people take get a land. Ordinarily, there are institutions and structures we establish where supposed for administer land and demarcate and give people permits for do such construction. But if you go back to the statement dated 16 June 2025 jointly by the Ministry of Water Resources and Guma Valley Water Company, then say here that this proposal will come and say the report come out, they call them Joint Rapid Assessment Report by the first paragraph, by the National Protected Area Authority and the Ministry of Lands, Country Planning and Housing, dated June 2025. So the Ministry of Lands and National Protected Area Authority, now then do that report, now then assess, now they recommend say for reduce the western, for redemarcate the western area National Peninsula Park, Kusai Guma Valley Water Catchment Day, for pool 5,000 hectares come on, where then say go reduce from 17,000 to 12,000 hectares. So if you go to the second to last paragraph, now this first page of the document where then jointly puts together Guma and the Ministry of Water Resources, they say our position. The Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation and Guma Valley Water Company do not consent to the redemarcation of the Greenbelt aimed at reducing the size of the Western Area National Peninsula Park. The position is grounded on the following critical concerns. Let's hold it there. I would say both the National Protected Area Authority, NPAA, neither the Ministry of Lands agree for comment on this issue. They gave their reasons and predominantly they say this issue now they're in the hands of State House. And saying a State House responsible, so they cannot comment on this issue. Well, I'll talk to William Saulamin. We're an executive director of the civil society group called Accountability Now. Good afternoon, William Saulamin.
Good afternoon, and thank you for getting me.
So, Una Civil Society then also the toll line with the Ministry of Lands and National Protected Area Authority say this redemarcation for reduce the green belt for remain intact, correct?
Definitely.
Why?
Beaucoup reasons then there for that. Of course, over the years, there has been some reckless politicians, reckless government authorities where they take care of the environment and water business of this country. You can agree with me, the Orugu Bridge, that Orugu Dam, don't construct over 20 years ago. These institutions and they receive money from World Bank and several other institutions for ensure say we're able to forget additional dam, more especially than the western area. But most times the money they come, people they embezzle them, there is nothing that happen. They sell the land them. If you go around Orugu Bridge or Orugu Dam where they been proposed, houses they don't they take go inside the dam there. Would that then they give them plenty?
Even in Koso Town. The small dam where they
people they were responsible for them here. Wait for make Usa would they so not they did like today. Right? So we see some CSOs and say them pull press release. Yes, I find for them put press release. But to me, I say like they are not even responsible. Because we all know.
So in line with Guma Valley and Ministry of Water Resources.
We all know.
Whereas Una they say Ministry of Lands and NPA.
And NPA then get right for say yes.
For redemarcate them.
For redemarcate.
For reduce them.
Because if you not redemarcate, my brother, even Una see Una drive na the peninsula road these 2 days. Una not for even drive.
Okay, but
if you are talking about the green belt, now me do the tag ground na did. If you are talking about the green belt, now me do the tag ground. Now the green belt.
But look at the structures, William Saulamin. Then they go into the forest.
Yes,
see how they continue. See, look how they continue for going into the forest.
People in there
they come up from we.
Yeah, people in there under we don't occupy land legally. There are people who don't occupy illegally, of which some of we not go support to that. They want to occupy illegally, right? But don't want them. We get rights. Then as Sierra Leoneans, they not go grab land. They write letter officially to the ministry. A ministry say yes, no, come and see how we get land. Mind you, for the past 40 or more years, we then construct low-cost housing in this country, like you see. Over 40 years, with your experience. There is no more low-cost housing. People are paying NACIT, they are paying this, they are paying that, police, soldier, health workers, teachers, they are paying NACIT, but there is no low-cost housing.
And look at the massive structures.
The question of
at this you refer to say the green belts are the road.
Yes, I agree. Why the desperation of houses we plan to construct? We need water, but the water we need now for let water money exist, then get the water and drink. If water money exists, the water not even necessary. Now people they look for accommodation. Now like this rain season, you go see somebody like Kube, they did some critical area where they're not supposed for day because they are human beings. They're not supposed for day. Then they like say they picks them because there is no proper arrangement in terms of housing. From that time when they construct low-cost housing like you see to date, if every year government they construct 1,000 low-cost housing at Freetown, 500 at Bo, 500 at Kedima, 500 at Makeni, 500 at Potloko, at regional level, we're not going to pay this kind of crisis. People are desperate. You go to Mambo now. People are paying $3,000-4,000 for 3 bedrooms. When you check $3,000-4,000 for 3 bedrooms, you check that teacher in salary, you check that police officer in salary. Meaning the return and say we go to office, go thief. People are doing some of these things because they have no alternative. They are desperate.
Okay, now the joint position by Ministry of Water Resources and Guma. Here, now then concluding page, and in conclusion, here then they say the proposed redemarcation of the green belt does not serve the national interest. Does not serve the national interest. It benefits only a few at the expense of water security, environmental protection, and the safety of millions. The Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation and Guma Valley Water Company therefore urged all stakeholders to reject this proposal outright and work collaboratively to protect and restore the Western Area National Peninsula Park. The other paragraph that we did before, now go to legal and governance consideration. Then say the proposal runs counter to the findings of government-sanctioned reports on deforestation and human encroachment, where we see just now the drone image. It contradicts public commitments made by President Julius Maada Bio to protect the Western Area National Peninsula Park at all costs. Say President Bidongo made that commitment day. Now, this is the catch here for you. Instead of shrinking protected areas, the government should consider fair compensation for legally acquired lands and strict legal action against illegal settlers and land speculators. The Black Johnson, for example, is that not what they are doing there?
That's what they are doing for Black Johnson, but Black Johnson case is a little different. Black Johnson, part of the land, 252 acres of land, part of our government get about 52 acres, the government own, because now the shore, very close to the sea. The 200 acres, now private people may own 50 acres, 20 acres. But how can individual within the Western area for even own 20 acre land, where somebody has not get 1 acre, right?
Say 1 town lot set.
Yes, but government, in wisdom, say no. So man will get 10 acre land, Lord can get 1 acre land, we get some amount of money. No structure. Majority of the land we talk about, no structure, not in a Black Johnson. It's different from this area we talk about, where they talk about more than 2,000 houses. Now they talk about so. Majority in a three-story building, 2-story building. You know how much one back.
But these were structures where President Julius Maada Bio don't go in 2022 April. Say for let them work there.
Yes.
And demolition started at some point last year.
Yes, some advice they advise president. Where you go see, sometimes you go sit down back and think, and no say again, it can for do with a lot of huge amount of money. I like the people in 6,000, 20,000 loans, compensation, and give the land. Now, huge amount of money if you talk about 2,000 houses. Now, from that 2022, they talk about, there has been a lot of encroachment. When are people who know to Ministry of Lands give them document, they don't get encroach, they don't go grab land.
And this is the point where
if some of these authorities have been serious, including Guma and Water Resources, if they are serious, they don't want to implicate the president. They don't want to give bad name to the president. If they were serious, they work with some of we. We go tell us, we erect pillars, pass barbed wire upon them. In so many other countries, and that thing they do, where they read the marketplace, you for put a line, you for put something where they show say na green, white, and blue or white paint, big pillars, you pin them.
But that can be shifted too easily.
No, it's not going to be shifted easily. When you don't do that, they hand over to the community, their headmen, there are councillors, there are so many other people.
But these are the same
Even
people. These are the same
people
people who they alleged say
Yeah.
they join in with some officials, the Ministry of Lands, for falsified documents.
Because the judge say now will stop, full stop. But you go erect a pillar. Why they talk about pillar? Standard pillar. Where everybody they see, there is no pillar, there is no proper demarcation. Then judge say, "Oh, stop here." Now we don't cut off the line. At the end of the day, my statement here is people are desperate for accommodation. So they will go and grab land. Well, we know they support that. But they will go and grab. When people are desperate for anything, they can do anything. They don't mind to buy money, you can't shoot them. Or you turn caterpillar over the head, you broke the hose. But they are desperate, they go for sleep inside hose. So if you know one day for B, the government for don't plan far ahead. Look, Regiment Gray and Godrich, where nasty they support. How many Sierra Leoneans going for take the apartment at Godrich? It's not possible. You are talking about millions of dollars. Teacher not going for take them. Police not going for take them. How many barracks they don't construct over 30, 40 years? For both police and military. How many low-cost housing on they for teacher and any other common man, nurses, doctors? How many a day? A day. So at the end of the day, your salary no they match up with the rent where you forgot pay. It's not. There is no Sierra Leonean making challenge where his salary it is used for pay for rent, he use it for chop money, he use it for pay school fee, where it match up with them. It's not possible. And all of this don't cause the huge corruption in the country. So what do we got for do first? Not to follow the old president Bill for go broke stand the solution. No. Not to the solution.
But President Bill says we don't go see in 2022.
That is it. So
waiting agree. Say he set up a committee for let them do investigation.
Yes.
And that investigation then come up, for example, now with this report, this assessment reports with NPPA and Ministry of Lands. Yes,
NPAA
and now
are doing NPAA and the Ministry of Lands, they are doing the correct thing for ensure some certain structures. Mind you, outside these structures
without taking
schools they did it now. Health centers they did it. Police stations they did it. Let's get something clear. Motorman they did it. Hospitals they don't did it. Schools they don't did it. If you say they go demolish all, they not go work. So what the Ministry of Lands and the NPA are doing, now for ensure you reduce Panda 17,000 where Guma and water resources they talk about for make you maintain for keep their structures and we say motor man and the land they
but if you see people continue for the bill, they go further. People they continue for bill for the go
if
further.
You don't stop, you don't put pillars, you don't put demarcation, people will continue to construct. We are not happy about this illegal construction. We are not happy about it. But the Guma and the Ministry of Water Resources and all, in fact, the first place was people are not working like a team. It is very interesting, shameful, recklessness, and embarrassing. For let's see government officials, one said they go so, the other said they go so. It's disgraceful.
Because
and all of this president and they put embarrassment back.
Because this should have been taken into consideration. This water catchment facility should have been, in fact, have been a key issue. We make them set up that committee for do the assessment.
Should have been protected for over 20 or 30
Only
years.
for the Ministry of Lands and NPAA come with joint report without taking the Ministry of Water Resources and Guma.
Yeah, no, now outside Guma and Water Resources, the one for take Ministry of Lands. The one for take them in a way, outside ministry don't write letter. Where Salomon get right for request for land, 2 town lots, they write. You give ministry apply. They give you the land, say, I can't take this small place for the. You understand?
And look at these structures.
Yes.
Look at
you don't take, yes, we are seeing them. You don't take you last. You don't invest. You benefit. Brother, when they oversee, don't assist you. Everything you don't take all it. He puts one small 3-room pala. You they go to retirement age. You don't put up that kind of structure. There's somebody that advise the president. So go demolish that house. When that person will retire the next 1 or 2 years, who say go there? We got to think about that. Yes, one for protect. Patrick, I will assure you, like behind number 2 river, land and day under, if you wait, they don't put up structure. Land and day under, as I speak, where you put up dam, you call Chinese, say we want a dam like this area, 3-4 dam like that peninsula here. I will tell you for free. Then go construct a dam in that place where you know they affect nobody, no else you know they affect. I will challenge that one. Not to them fake and fake engineers organize this country. They say for go broke 2,000 houses for make them construct dam. They are not serious. They want to embarrass the president. And some of us not go sit down for make them advise the president wrongly. We're not going to sit down for make them do that because it's a wrong advice. That do this, demolish houses, demolish hospital, demolish schools. When the schools they're not even enough. Now they area and they picking and they still attend school in a pan body school. Then they grow, then communities, then they grow on daily basis. You know what just got say no, resolution for demolish. The Ministry of Lands was sober and the National Protected Area was sober. They will definitely advise the president say law reduce. From 17 they reduce 5. Even if they reduce
they
put 4,000. Not to dog than they did. Not to bush animal than they did. Now Sierra Leoneans, now they don't go steady.
And then people they get for continue for in the long run, get for see the consequences where Guma and Ministry of Water Resources they say now.
No, I tell you now
water security issue.
If Guma they know they see better, then eyes then get small problem. Let them consult some of we. We go show them say if you can't open dam naya, you know they affect no ocean. Some of the engineers them, where if they use lens, they need to see good. If they come to some of we go show them place. We say they go build dam. We not going to affect no school. It not going to affect no structure. They have malice amongst themselves. This I will tell you for free.
You mean among what of them?
Ministries, agencies, and departments. They have malice, not to just this government. Even for the past government. Ministries are not working partners. They will never work in partnership. Then they see themselves as enemy. Everybody get ego. Everybody wants to they say, now I don't do this, now I succeed in this, A1. This is the problem. Where at the end of the day, now the common man and community, now they suffer for this. The green belt, they right me to the tar ground. This tar ground where they see where they come on a Lumley or Godrich, where they go across. The green belt, they meet the tar ground.
Now they say that we don't do forced demarcation in 2012. So that very tar ground, they force we pull the green belt and continue for shift time upward. And this, look at the structures.
Yes, they don't go upward. Who that you blame?
The green belts continue.
No, who that they blame? If that youth man on 20-25 years, who say be the parent of free to be 2 million? They don't ace to 15 million. That small room. What did they expect the youth man for? Do job not day, work not day. Sometimes I don't go to guy, I don't go in small Okada where they drive, where they ride, and you don't go for parents. What did they expect them for do? Now for go grab land. So if government no one let people and grab land, in the first place first, government for the construct low-cost housing. All this land business where people in the yagba for land, you go to advanced country, nobody not get land. Now government now this control land. You can go below yourself, but that was the still there under government. If government be done to construct low-cost housing, as they started doing Nakisi, by now, Wellington for don't get low-cost housing, you come Brookfield for don't get, you come Wellington, you come Lumley, all over the place, low-cost housing before don't they. People don't go to rush for go build. Because building materials are very expensive these days. People don't want to kill themselves. Some man they starve themselves, some man they left for pay collect fee for in Pekin, and they go for go build 2 room, 3 room in Pala, for let them get side for sleep. Mind you, it has to do with ECOSOC right. The economic, cultural, and social right. It got to do with that. Government for able to provide shelter for people. Yes, at a minimum cost. People are paying NASIT. If you go to the Victoria Park now, people that sit on around the street to occupy all over the street. The Victoria Park is still under construction. For how many years? APC don't do 10 years. SLPP is almost 7 years. 17 years. You know how many people they don't graduate for be adult, for begin do business? So therefore, wherever you go to the capital city, people are doing business all over the place. Government for provide the amenity. This market na sewa grounds, we for don't get in 3 or 4 na freedom. Not to even one way, not still hand over here to the people. So most of these government authorities, not just the presidency for total everything for doing. Some authorities are reckless, they are lawless, they are indisciplined. President they appoint, they say, are you then at this position? But they are not doing their job. Receiving salary, they have brownie jeeps and all the rest of it. Some of them are not working.
Okay, let me go back to the peninsula and go listen to some of the people that were not the inhabitants there, were residents at the peninsula there. Let me listen to them. What's the major activities where they take place at the area then day, and why in the first place this Western Area Peninsula National Park they like how we did like today. So the best people for give you a glimpse or better picture of that story and the people who reside there. So John M. Abdullah, Yembina to Bangura and Chino, then we go work there and get with some of those concerns and voices.
It's too much now. 9 people, the young man, they make bluff over that. And no one land oko. And after they go up the bush to the Edman them. So let we honor the youth themselves now. This tip are gone. You go give say Edman, talk to youth, say they left for boys, do this motion. Because the rain they can, the breeze they blow, it dey cause destruction. Hostel now, roof they go, and body then they go, thing in the poil, the hill they choke up, dirty then they can't block the streets then. You know, look no more waiting happen now, Mamboya. But when you talk, you know get nobody wey go help you for that if they try for talk. The only thing I will just say, look there, talk against you, get you in mind, try for fetch you. So we can just look the community, we see them. It's the affect tourism, great one. Because the thing already tourists them for camp for them for card mat, they never meet there again. And they meet the people and don't destroy them. So you see, so you find out that the tourism themselves, they look seasonal saloon. You know, they get beaucoup visitor there again. And shots of them, gym to them here. You can just imagine when we go like a Kabbalah, the Bintumani Hills, when we drive Jambul and go Bintumani, where I go for climb that hill, it take 3 days for climb that hill. Where I go up, I admire myself. Where I go up that side, I admire myself. Because the animal they already can buy line. Then they can arm you mortal man, and pass them they pass. Waiting at them, they eat and go. I can so admire the white people themselves in the thing up and they admire the thing there. How the thing and they make so fun with them. You know, but you know then now there is a green belt. The same government back send people and kind of bulldoze they go before. So you see, it's not the government now, waiting at this green belt. What's the green belt mean? They affect the environment great. Development need to take place so that way. Development need to take place that way. Because of the local people who can suffer, spend their money down to the stream side. Where they don't get that money, you where they can meet, when are the seller we get land. Well, you carry that man go on the right side. Now the hill they go show them say you get hill for side for sale. Who say they can go now up the hill? Who say not the hill? Who say government we don't say green belt, they not for sale it. Now they see civilian, common civilian like me, come, you show him company saying I get 1 acre, how much acre you want? You want 2, 3, sell guy, make paper for you go work, see them, pull paper for them, everything in game.
To see say now government get right for stop anybody for letting not build up the hill. But now they can sit down, they can watch. I don't know if the person no more they watch. They can allow the layman, they take a small thing and go by right outside. Where we all know say government no say and not supposed for billing. Billing not for the layman now go somebody back and they sell gear in back he can say in a so in a land office they work. They don't sell gear possibly. From there now they pay layman, the listest man, they can go and they don't allow say now man don't billion there. From then after 2-3 years, when they say the man want go with his family and they then go put mark and say no, we don't see anything double. Then this area so they call we say this balaget now battle standard. But I don't get 10 at the street houses then they don't broke. Why don't they allow say person don't build 2-story, 3-story from the end of the day and then go say no, you're not supposed to build here. Now person they go cut all they tell and say we don't go sell you. So government for kind interest back of them thing then they. Now the one go sell the one go make paper, the one go make documents. So when they say yeah, not sell nothing for sale, yeah. At least now not enough for say camera facilities in order in this country. But if for put interest, the day where they go sell 1 gram back, then for stop you. So you back you money where they get, you go look side them day for bill, what salon them day, find place them day, not to say na the hill no more. You know if you attack commodity now, don't cut. The dirty all look at any destruction. Dirty what people dey chap kind of. After 2-3 days they see and back like this side where they call amuti pass machine go there. Now up, now this dirty they come on. Now people they chap they building. Based on the stick there, then big one there. Who says smoke? I'm not supposed to leave it. They go cut fence in there. No say this leaf here any carry they help. They either way they fish on our water, they help. They person go there and go wash and go burn coal. Some of the forest side where they mix man they burn coal. Pass say well wait don't give me 3 bag 4 bag. They say well listen our country. That all the help for the country, but if people in there, put their cost and no 2 bag or 3 bag go forget, taking cost, take can go to the right place, and go see body place, then car watch and put food stop there. Boy go up so cold in the day. So we just say like say they all don't understand. But now the government for all the corrupt. Reality, but then back then get south side and for leave.
Already before cinema, then back na bush and for but then get side. So satisfied in this self, where you go like them Mali. Just on satisfied at forest, animal and they can't tell it on the church here. All man they live safe food, who said what man for day, the moment they for day. But some satisfied and they ill. No, not all man for supposed to live there. But now we go the all alone cell. One side. After 1, 2, 3, and they can't pass green belts. We don't have the green belt. The same government they can't back. The same one who can sell you the common and lands office back all. And they call the paper. I say me like that they okay, they show you all. Uber they don't do this so. Then Chris I look in town. One guy side they buy the 4, 5, 10. Bill number where them broke and say can't bill. So don't say over the years the disaster way it don't fall na the city. We don't get mudslide when as an effect towards that deforestation. We don't cut down the trees. Side we're not supposed to build with the building. And the governments they watch. We want for see with communities for the a climate resilient side because we want for live in a community where harmony day. Where in the car, when they treat, if when they come, we not want breeze calm, we not get sick. They will block the breeze. At least that will cause disaster. That's not some of the effects that we get now with communities, especially when they live in the peninsula. For we water, we get some enough. It's not just that the sanity part of them, because we don't get purifier, we don't get pipe-borne waters, so now that what we they get from the hill.
If you say and say, what's the one in the below? And one force a cut for burn the coal. And if you eat today, you not get for its last tomorrow. Then the fish say safe because what they want, now they need think of what they get for happen after we don't be. Watch out to the water side. Let me say 2030, there will be a big problem if the situation continue like this. Deforestation, cut trees, put and down. If that continue towards 2030, problem there for you. If you go to the breeze inside. The bad. The water, the season, it's just a narrow, just a window light. Pass to get for good dig stone, at least for maybe a bit small hole, or we will get the water, but also sustain. We will use them for domestic.
Biggest problem, when you get water problem, the money because of they don't wash the inlet. So they get that problem right now. So I really forest be okay. They will control the water for we. And now the forest they don't wash them the water in the morning we way in the camp. We say water not be the bland pass water the past day. So in the morning we in the season they see down in the morning we right now. After that they don't wash the inlet. So when they get back heavy breeze in the morning we back. So then for them, they all will receive there.
Thank you very much, Chairman Oba, Yemina Tubangura, and John Abdullahi for put that one day for we together. Let's say from the horse's mouth, right? And again, I need to remind you that both the Ministry of Lands and National Protected Area Authority, where the Ministry of Water Resources and GUMA refer to, say that then do the assessment the way they recommend for let them redemarcate the park, the forest, then refuse for talk. They say this responsibility now they squarely at the desk of the Office of the President, State House. But William Saul, I mean, you don't hear from them people and we don't see clearly how things work. In fact, some people don't even accuse community people of conniving with certain authorities. And there was a point in time, I remember in 2021, go another very forest day. See in the middle of the forest, I did a begin bush from inside the forest. They begin bush. The front in the forest.
The darkest.
Yes, okay. But they begin bush from inside the forest and come outside. In fact, at some point, when we jointly went there with GUMA, 1 or 2 arrests were made. And 1 or 2 of the people, and they say, now certain authorities at the village and then they go ahead for go brush.
Yeah.
In fact, then they use saw.
Inside this land business, na a whole cartel. When you go Kono, you go Kenima district, they tell you about gold and diamond. When you come to the western area, people will tell you about land. Now land, now they make some man gente quick. Then you smell the pass where they drag. Now land they make them gente.
Yeah, the first person we will listen to, he say, "Yana na woke na no more." They say they not get anything for do.
Them Bonkolole, them Brookstone, them cut trees, they sell land. Now the Oakland handy. They not get no other Oakland Peninsula where they need to. Not just that. And the government are aware of that. Say a lot of illegal activities. People and they waiting at the front face where government give them land for bill. Get them building permit. In fact, some don't go to the extent they don't even do a conveyance. Some don't get them freehold from government. They are convenient to live with their family. Where inside and they don't get nothing for do with the catchment. They don't get nothing for do with the hill, the mountain, the forestry. Right behind the outside Ministry of Lands, they don't stop for give people their land. Now they aggressively, massively, people they enter. And you go surprised. For make you arrest youth man, he begin tell you say, now that governor, now give you money for can brush, Lord brush one acre for. If he call name to you, your body they catch cold. You go shock, say, this person when a governance when they take decision. Now they don't give money to the youth man for do this.
In fact, we hear you say most of the houses, in fact, now top government officials that get host and these structures, some of these structures.
Yeah.
Top government officials.
Yes.
We have had names. We cannot just call some of those names because we not get documentary proof for validate that.
Yeah.
So, but
for
that is
me,
the allegation
is wrong,
we get.
For me, nothing is wrong for the top government official get land and bill. Nothing is wrong with
no,
that.
the very place where they under Sonko and Alala.
Well, the one day when I grab and grab, when our government officials then grab, then go inside youth man and then plan and then grab. Those ones, we know they support them. But the one that the ministry responsible for Gilan, mind you, not the Ministry of Water, the Gilan, not the Ministry of Environment, not the Ministry of Education, the Gilan, the Ministry of Lands, now they give land to people. We're legitimate. That means they don't tell you, say, yeah, they give this land here is safe. When they give a bill, fine. But you, when they don't give, where you go grab, they ask you where you paper. You don't get paper. Then a different issue that one day. We say no go support that at all. We don't go on for see the forest, everything good at the forest.
And look at this. Look at this shot, for example. Look at see how the waterway.
Yeah.
We probably get the potential for cause some serious damage.
Yeah. On the stone, they see so.
Yes. Rock.
Now rock in the Sienna.
Look at the left hand side.
You see the rock, the sweat.
Yes.
So under the rock, what are they come inside it?
And you get these massive structures where they just at the leg of the very hill, very rocky.
That's it.
Which might cause some serious catastrophe or some form of danger in the
That's it. So there has to be proper planning. Proper planning for day. When a new community they grow, even with the one when a ministry and they give people them, it has to be properly planned. How the roads say for day, provision for day for recreational services, provision for day for school, provision for day for cemetery. And they tell you for free, some places within that peninsula now, there is no space for cemetery. There is no space for football field, for let youth man will play ball. In all day. So that's not proper planning. So government officials, government ministries, agencies, and departments need for come together, sit on a table, plan and go to the ground when I go implement. Something happened these 2 days where shock one ever see it. The Ministry of Lands don't allocate land to Ministry of Fisheries. Ministry of Fisheries don't work with ETSA, or the Ministry of Energy. Ministry of Fisheries don't work with GUMA, with the Chinese team we come. In fact, yesterday they go visit Black Johnson, Fish Harbor Project. Then go there as a team. Go monitor outside the water, the flow more from the forest where they can down. When I didn't go make pipe or whatever for connect water, for supply the community, because this is one of the agreements. Say we are going to provide some amenities for the affected people in the community. They don't go, then go see. You understand? Teamwork.
So you mean till date we still get government institutions and officials where they work in malice and not the CIT.
Then they not to this government no more. Even with the previous government.
And this sector are just one of them.
Even in this government, there are ministers and deputy ministers within the CIT. Within the same ministry.
From one ministry to another ministry.
Within the same ministry first. Within the same ministry. There are ministers and the deputy, then they see.
Hence, we get that kind of problem here.
Now that's the cause of problems. Not just with land, not just with environment, not just with water, but so many other ministries. Then problem they had it because people are not working together as a team. And at the end of the day, if they know they work as a team, what thing they happen? The president go for command and state house, they go to the field for go see what thing they happen. When they as ministers, directors, and managers representing His Excellency the President. But when they see eye to eye, where the problems that they come up, all man the press government now. The Ministry of Lands and NPAA, they can talk to government, say, government, you know, come brow. People, they don't spend huge amount of money. Oh, some man, they get to retirement. Oh, they don't go put them 3 room in pala. If you go broke their house, who said they will go stay? In fact, some of them, the frustration will make them even die. So, that kind of ministry, they would advise government that kind of way. The other one, they say, no, 2,000 houses, President Bill, just take Caterpillar, go broke their all. Whether amount of money they do or amount of money, they go broke their all. So that we go for reserve the forest. These are not solutions. Let them all sit down together. They are all working for one government. They are working for one country. So they make them sit down together and come out with something we go make. They're not going for make people in Philippines too much. Because in all of this, whether it is legal or not legal, land grabbing, now government then get the responsibility. Government get the responsibility for provide shelter for people, for provide land for people. He has a responsibility. Neither the papa.
But again, some people now don't believe, say, Sierra Leoneans ought for no better based on experience. Because we don't see say government don't demolish structures. Some people wouldn't demolish their structures in certain places, they don't compensate them.
Not enough.
Not enough accommodate. So this should be one typical, also another example.
Yeah, that make I always say the problem of Sierra Leone all get up. Me civil society, you journalists, the politicians, the common man, we all responsible in one way or the other. Most of these things when they happen, you go surprise say, waiting good man they don't do so, and water resource. They not go meet one people in a community. Then just pull press release. They sit down at the office with air conditioner, they pull press release. They not even go and go ask people them.
But before then community, then they establish. This place have been totally green forested area.
Now been totally green
people
forested.
Not be
totally green forested area. Nothing Guma be don't do. Before people in the bin and then place there, Guma don't receive beaucoup money from World Bank and other institutions. They shape people they buy very big cars. I want to see them on television. Let some of you name and shame them.
But that's an allegation.
That is it. That make they say I want to see some ministers or some directors. No, see, don't know we embarrass them. But because we have newspapers, we have things coming out that they embezzle institution and money. Instead, you go me to.
They say this responsibility now in the State House, so yes, they cannot.
No, not to State House. They don't give bad name to State House. You go now to right at the capital city now. There are this pegatin pipe, way boss all over the place. You go say that the responsibility of Guma. You go say that the community people. When people are desperate, they are desperate. If people don't get water, Freetown should have been properly planned over 40 years ago in terms of water distribution. Up to this time, it's not properly planned. There are some streets within the capital city where one day street will not get water. Inside the city, street and they will not get water at all from January to December. Look at the water. If you travel at this peninsula, if you see the water where they waste per day, you go put it on your head. By November, there is going to be short of water. By November, this I they tell you 30 years ago. By November, people in the beginning suffer for water. Where their communities they don't make clear it. What do they do? They share money.
But not even communities also begin cause them problem in the water shortage. We make Guma now.
Yeah, if Guma we don't plan properly, if Guma we don't plan properly, they don't open dam now different area in the peninsula. We don't get this problem.
We go to a short way we show earlier. Where it have been just in April. I think mid-April thereabout. The Guma Dam itself, the water level they below the belt where it's supposed for them. Way below the belt.
No, but people are
when I be just the same April. Look at the belt.
This thing,
just look at the belt.
This thing for cause beaucoup problem.
Just look at the belt. How low? This was in April.
This thing for cause beaucoup problem. Because some of us go ask questions. Protected area, they need the communities. Soldier, they need it. Police, they need it. Ministry of Lands, they need it. Ministry of Environment, they need it. There are NGOs working on environment and water, they need it.
Community authorities.
Yes. So, when they put all of this money together, from 2022, you go visit that place. Then buy dozens of tarpaulin, tents, this, that, logistics, and everything. Pay salary to people for protect the same land. From that 2022, we will ask the government to account. Let us see what the military be spent. Let us see what the police spend. Let us see what the government spend from 2022 to date. And then let us show you picture from 2022 to date. Let us see the kind of disaster will not happen within these catchment areas. Then where are they? Where are taxpayers' money? People go on for asking questions. People are there. We don't know talk about the Southside Minister of Lands don't give people them. But beyond them point they don't deploy people for monitor their lands here. But people are still encroaching. Who is responsible? The youth man, they don't get nothing for do. They don't get work. They don't go university. They don't get college where they go. They don't get nothing to do. They just sit down and do one whole day. Wait till rich, then go brush. Then people in there around to protect this place. How comes the youth man, they go brush? This is one big question somebody go out for ask. People are using AXO from 12 midnight to 6 a.m. inside the forest there, they talk about so. We have securities within those communities. How somebody go to use power so from midnight to morning? We get arrest them.
We get heavy sound.
That's it. They get heavy sound. And people that will protect they get weapon. So how comes? Somebody go anchor. How comes? Now then they put pressure now on people we own land, we reside at the area there, we don't own land genuinely. They don't take all the half money with small support from family members that oversee. They don't put up a small structure for any family. Because of this illegal grabbing of land, that pressure that will come to people who get the land genuinely.
And all of these, you see the structures.
Yes, we see
all of these will be
throughout the peninsula, did they?
Yes, all of these will be gone.
From Ogu Farm, I don't care, Tego, and not just they no more at the land, at the forest, even at the beaches. You go to the beaches, people they and grab land at the sand illegally. Then they get money from there. Then they build a small huts. People they can't pay $100 per night. Then they got their money. And in the long run, if you ask NRA now, how much then communities they didn't pay NRA for tax? You know, go see nothing. What they pay? So we are all responsible.
And in the long run, those very structures, government will get for need the land and get for demolish some of those structures.
Not all government get for the land. Government need the land right now in Black Johnson.
And not pay some of the compensation.
Now people are shouting. People are saying they don't can demolish your house illegally. Where even a government in land the place there. People don't go shout. Journalists will go video them. They put on a television. Then government look bad. But the government land.
When the government they allowed say like when somebody talk earlier na the peninsula day earlier. They say the very governments, and I wonder they own very high, then they watch the people and they say, then put up them to store you or almost store you.
Nobody they ask them.
Nobody know they ask them.
So at the end of the day, they take and say their property.
And the very authorities, one way or the other, go to E or C. And no
that
action.
That is why I'm saying we still have a lot of reckless leaders. We have some of them directors, managers. They are there. We're not serious. Then they receive taxpayers the money as salary for make them do what they're supposed to do. Let them they left the office for kind of field. For can't see what they happen at the field. There are some directors, they will never leave their office. These 2 days I see you in a peninsula TNet. As journalists. They go investigate for no thing happen. So you know can give wrong news to the people. But you have some people they will not move from their comfort zone. Then go there and spend possible body and say in a field. Where they go they just can't lie. Then they take them from that lie. Then go let the lie parent. When water don't pass guy, there's no go broke that person who's 5-story building. You will get resistance. At the end of the day, if you succeed, government tend to give bad name. Now they all don't agree for do the work. They don't send us in a state house. Give him President Bill. Now President Bill for the go monitor people the way they do illegal thing at the field. No.
Okay. William Saulamin, thank you very much for your time we take for joining at the show today. Thank you very much. We'll move to the second half of the show now. We'll move from the issue of land at the Western Area Peninsula National Park, the Guma Water Catchment Zone, where they're under serious misunderstanding right now between government, ministries, departments, and agencies. One person recommending for reduce the peninsula forest, take 5,000 hectares away from the forest, and the other person where in your area for water and other biodiversity saying no, then they go get for affect X, Y, Z. So if they do them, consequence then go huge. One institution, too many angles and voices on this very land issue. Well, let's move forward with other aspects of the show now. Let's start with sports, because Star Sports forced PS Zizo to a draw, more or less, in the ongoing SLFA youth competition. But for more on that and other sports news, let me join Mohamed Kolia.
Hello and welcome to the Today Show Sports Update on Slick TV channel 37. Inside this edition of the Today Show Sports Update, the action continues inside the ongoing Sierra Leone Football Association Youth Tournament as PS Zizo battle out against Star Sport inside a thrilling encounter wey full of talent, energy and youth passion for the game. From the blast of the whistle, both teams then show clear intent with PS Zizo wey dominate the possession inside the early stages. Then swift passing and attacking style see them create several chances, but Star Sports Academy defense stop them for score. However, Star Sports Academy take the lead inside the 18 minutes of play after we then capitalize on the defensive error of PS Zizo. PS Zizo respond with urgency and get the equalizer before halftime. The equalizing spark wild celebration na the touchline. After the match, the captain for PS Zizo say, "Now what them coach tell them for do, na implement, forget the equalizing." And he happy for where them draw this particular match instead of the loss against Star Sport. This particular game don't make the dog up the table.
Yeah, I feel good because I think what we usually for do. And we all good for comeback. We always good for comeback. And I believe say it go happen. And if we get more time, I believe so we'll get victory over them. Well, the next preparation for the next match, we get to aim for make we win the match. And we not get no ability for say we for draw any match or either loss. We aim as priority solution for win game, not for loss or draw. Well, the message why they give to supporters them, let them get courage and patience with me. Because in football, it can happen. Say now either win, draw or lose. But we believe say this next match we will make them happy. We will give them victory, we will go on. Well, the team will go next now. They need to tell we now fixture they pull. We don't pull fixture, we know.
The head coach for PS Zizo say, now what he tell them for do in training, now they plan to implement, but they not take chance, not make use of the chances them way they create, forget the winning. But he hope that the next game they go implement all waiting the Lord say.
Well, the results are not so bad. We'll be lost. But we're so happy because we get all the chance for win the game. But it's not possible. So we turn the result to the score away. One, talk to the boys there, motivate them, we'll come again. Forget it. We get 100% chance back for low score, but just believe say we will go back again to the drawing board back. Well, the next game we will go for winner by God in power because we just believe say the performance we put on, so we need small thing for adding inside for the next game for not take the lead again. Right now we the third because the fixture na send them send and the group. So we then send them. Now we go know the people who the fixture not then we want to organize the league now then get the fixture. Now send them send and the group. Say so tell them they play. So now something like that. Well, this they go to fans then say they just believe we and trust we. No say PSG is a big club and a foundation. They don't believe we no say we can do them as any time from now. Inside other news, inside the Leo Rock Premier League, as it don't intensify, battle for relegation and the championship don't they grow momentum. FC Cologne gets a 1-1 draw with Bant Football Club yesterday na the approved school. We don't make Banta Libyan East Lions with just 3 points. Lower Football Club where they face relegation get a 0-0 draw with Wilberforce Strikers na the Sierra Leone Football Association playing field. Now for the international, Liverpool and Portugal striker Diego Jota don't die alongside his brother Andre near the municipality of Palacio de Sanabria inside Spain. After where they involved inside a car accident, according to local reports. According to Marca, Liverpool Portuguese striker Diego Jota, 28, died last night inside one tragic car accident inside the provinces of Zamora, Spain. The accident occurred now one A52 motorway near the municipality of Palacio de Sanabria. Jota be the travel with his small brother Andre, 26 years old. Himself a footballer. After where the car come on at the runway and catch fire, that will make the player and his brother be lost their life. Liverpool don't decide for retire in Jersey, and so Southampton don't decide for retire in number 18 Jersey where it be the work for them. Now all this we get for you inside this edition of the Today Show Sports Update on Slick TV channel 37 with me, Mohamed Collier.
tomorrow na Friday, and then people they travel out of the country, well, into the country as well. So you need a travel update way for help for guide you travel, whether in and or out of the country. So let's start with Askai Airlines flight KP023. We go left Banjul de Gambia, stop na Freetown International Airport at 5 after 8 in the morning, Accra, and finally reach Lome, Togo at 8:45 in the morning. At 1 p.m. and at 1 in the afternoon, Askai Airlines flight KP042 go take off from Lome, Togo, stop na Freetown International Airport at 3:55 in the afternoon, and then reach Banjul de Gambia 4:35 in the afternoon. Also, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Askai Airlines flight KP040 go left Accra, Ghana, and head to Freetown International Airport. At 1:30 in the afternoon, Brussels Airlines flight SN241 will take off from Freetown International Airport, make stop na Monrovia, Liberia, and land na Brussels, Belgium, 7:55 in the evening. At 2:30 in the afternoon, Kenya Airways flight KQ510/11 go left Nairobi, Kenya, stop na Accra, Ghana at 5:30 in the evening, and reach Freetown International Airport at 6:30 in the evening. This flight go back na Accra, Ghana, and return to Nairobi, Kenya. At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Air Senegal flight HC213/4 will left Dakar, Senegal, reach Banjul de Gambia at 6:55 in the evening, continue to Freetown International Airport at 7:50 in the evening. Finally, at 8 o'clock na net, Air Peace flight P47760/1 will left Freetown International Airport for go Lagos, Nigeria, reach 11 o'clock na net, with a final arrival 40 minutes later. That's 11:40 na net. That's my travel update for Friday. Safe travel, safe journey. I'll bring you now with health tips, and Paulina Bendo Samba go guide me exactly.
Welcome to today's health tips. Today, we can talk small but hand sanitizer. Yes, the one wey me and you don dey use the time the way corona be dey, Ebola, and even self wey mpox dey right now. Yes, so we can talk about wetin go happen if you use am per smack. Hand sanitizer na good thing. E dey kill germs dem fast, but if you dey use am per smack, e go cause problem for you. So let we break them down. 1, it go dry your hand. Too much hand sanitizer go make your skin dry. It go make the natural oil within your body left your body, and at this they even protect your hand. This go bring crack, sore, and even infection. 2, it dey kill good germs them. Not so all bacteria bad o. Some dey protect with skin. But sanitizer no dey choose. It go kill them all, the good and the bad. And this go make your skin open to more bad germs them. 3, it go make the germs them strong past how them be dey. If you dey use sanitizer too much, some germs then go begin sabi how for survival. 4, it not too good for pikin them at all. Pikin or even big person self wey get soft skin go suffer pass, because it go give them rash, eye problem, or even poison them body if by any chance them mistake for swell around. So wetin we go do now? Use sanitizer only if soap and water no dey. Make sure say the sanitizer get at least 60% alcohol. Rub cream, yes, apply that moisturizer after for protect your skin. But try always for the use soap and water. Now the best way for wash your hand. Sanitizer is smart, but no overdo am. Good health na balance, no allow let fear control you. Now the health tip this will get for una today. Stay safe and take care of yourself.
All right, so James Kamaramane go there shortly for bring you up to speed and analyze the stories where don't make the headlines in the headlines review in a short while. I'll just bring you something quickly. So in case you come across such person, so you know exactly. The man on the screen here, this man on the screen is Reynold Layode Thomas. Reynold Layode Thomas, about 55 or so years of age. He been there at number 7 Henry Street, Freetown. Not a tiff. Not feel saying a tiff. Now loss a loss. A loss in way on Friday, June 20 this year. Now a loss in way. A loss in way where be they go you building. Now 5 feet 6 inches tall. A dark in complexion man, as you see him already. Dark in complexion. He gets round face. And then me last see him where he wear black cap, blue jeans, and yellow Africana clothes. So if you find him, if you see him, do ya? If you see him, do ya? Now for care and go na number 7 Henry Street, Freetown. Care and go day na number 7 Henry Street, Freetown. Or you call 034 111 990. 034 111 990 or 076 62 11 68 or 076 735 940, or you can care and go self at the nearest police station, so that's then go up for care and go to number 7 Henry Street inside Freetown. You get round face, 5 feet 6 inches tall. Now old man. Yeah, if you don't see him, from June 20 where he left us, he be the head towards you building. From June 20, till now we know it's on house yet. Now in name, Reynold Layode Thomas. Helping family. It can be you on tomorrow. Be the border skipper. Anyways, let's go now to the headlines with James Kamaramane, where they are exactly for do that for me. James, waiting on the trend already in the news. I keep reading a good number of things coming up just today.
Yes, sure.
Press releases and a whole lot of other things. Take me through.
Yes, we get a lot. Good afternoon, viewers. And we get a lot of, some go say good news, some go look for enjoy, and one for Yeri waiting. Actually, so just as Patrick just said, we get 2 important press releases where we come out. We see on the screen, I guess we remember these 2 people. This now the former Auditor General, we in Lara Taylor Pierce, and in Deputy, we in Tamba Momo.
Yeah.
You remember some years back.
That was in 2021.
2021, the government suspended them from office. And when they suspended from office, they may set up a tribunal because in position is constitutionally defined. So you know, just they pull them. So
you get tenure of office.
You get tenure of office. So if they pull them before the tenure of office, it means they need to set up a tribunal, and the tribunal go for a look into the matter and see whether there is a case. So in their own case, the tribunal may look into a matter where the judge may sit on that tribunal, then Justice Nero George. Now, I mean, the possibly me preside over that tribunal. Yes.
That was now something that is retired Supreme Court judge.
Yes.
And 3-member panel, and you get
Jones. You
get Mr. Farmer.
Yes.
Now Jones.
Yes.
You get retired State Principal Counsel.
Yes, indeed.
When Mr. Farmer, and then you get the late Supreme Court of Appeal judge, Justice Ansumana Ivan Sise.
Yes,
those are the 3 people who have been sitting on that case there.
Justice Ansumana Sise.
And so that ended late 2023 for mid-up 2024.
Yeah, mid-up 2024.
And just last year,
yes.
Late last year, NS submitted the report to the president.
So
late
last year in November, the tribunal may submit a report to the president, and the president may send them Parliament. And so in the report, the tribunal may say they may found them for professional misconduct against the Auditor General and in Deputy. And so the parliament now may get the responsibility for votes, whether they should still remain in office or they should be removed. And so in that year, that in December 2024, 2/3 majority may vote against the decision, may vote in favor of the decision that they need to be, yes, they need to be dismissed from office. So Lara Telopias and Deputy Tamba Momo, they may remove them from office.
That Tamba Momo, they may recommend saying let the board of the audit service take decision for remove them from office.
Yeah.
But already during that period, Tamba Momo, he don't already resign self.
Yeah.
He don't see, if don't
foresee the issue,
don't see the thing they can fire.
Yeah.
So he don't resign.
Yes.
So the board that then get the right for pull and come out. Because in your position at the board they recruit him.
Yeah.
Unlike Lara Telopias where they get tenure of office, but that the presidents they appoint. At the president they appoint, but even with the presidents appoint, you get tenure of office. So
Yeah.
you're not just the pull any kind way. So now make for pull in office,
Yeah.
you get for go through parliament. If in tenure not done it,
Indeed.
you get for go through parliament. Now parliament they initiate the process for vote. 2/3, where you mentioned.
Yes,
say,
2/3. So
and that decision was reached.
it
with
was
that
100 out of
majority.
136 people
Yes.
vote, and so they may get the majority. So they may pull them out of parliament. I mean, out of office on that day, in December 2024.
Having been suspended since 2021.
Since 2021. So it's a long period of time where they may suspend them and finally they may pull them come out. But since they don't pull them come out, there was somebody who was acting as the Auditor General at that time, when Abdul Aziz, where he was acting since 2021, where they may pull Lara Telopias now officer and deputy. Abdul Aziz may the act as an Auditor General. But here is the thing. And today we see a press release come out from the office of the president. I go on to take you to the press release. They say appointment of Auditor General. It's a pursuant to section 119, subsection 1 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1996. The general public is hereby 1991. Sorry, the public is hereby informed that after consultation with the Public Service Commission, it has pleased His Excellency the President, Brigadier General retired Julius Maada Bio, to announce the following appointments subject to approval of Parliament. Auditor General, Mr. Abdul Aziz. So the good news is he has been appointed. He was acting since 2021.
So it's not the substantive.
Substantive now. Now this is the man.
This is the man.
Now,
young man. He's a young man.
He described him as a young man.
Yes,
anyway,
he's a young man.
So he left with you with the view whether a young man or an old man. But President Bio, he pleased him and he don't appoint him.
You don't go to village. You don't go to village. You see youth leader. If you go to certain villages, you see youth leader. Yes. So it's a young man. Abdul Aziz is now the substantive Auditor General of the Audit Service, replacing Lara Telopias, where we don't do under suspensions in 2021, but finally Parliament, through systems, processes and procedures, was removed by Parliament eventually through a 2/3 majority vote, where been pulled and come out. So now this young man, Abdul Aziz, on the screen here. Is the substantive.
Indeed.
Yes. Having acted for like 3 or so years, or 4 years. 4 years.
Yes. Even though people get a lot of things for say, a lot of questions for ask, but all we know, it has pleased the president for appoint the young man. In fact, could take from a colleague.
Yes, the young man.
A young man.
I will take from them village youth leader. Yes, the village youth leader.
Indeed. So he's the Auditor General now, and he has been acting since 2001.
So we want to congratulate him.
Congratulations to him.
And we wish him the very best of luck as he pursue this substantive role we on hold. It occupy officially today as at the press release from State House, signed by the press secretary, Yusuf Keke Thomas Sandi. Unlike how it used to be before, those appointments used to be signed
by the
secretary to the president.
So I wonder why.
What has changed, what has not changed, it is the prerogative of the president to decide.
Like people can say journalists get problem. They look for his issues.
No.
Look for dig into problem.
I just raised.
Now we avoid problem.
No. Anyways.
Now we avoid problem. Congratulations to you, Mr. Aziz, for your new position. Thank you. So the Teaching Service Commission on is in preparation for the 2025 Presidential and Best Teachers Award. Say this initiative, which is the 5th edition, started in 2021 by President Bio as part of his promise in 2018 in celebrating the drivers of education in the country. Let's have a look.
Teachers that are not on payroll, I mean, most of them are not. And mostly we say, let me just quote in our local language, say, if you get half like a teacher, we're in the team, abuse to begin the team all the time. So we just want to know if they are being inclusive in this award. Those that are not on payroll, actually.
She, Hectoria Pine-Bailey, Director of Registration and Licensing at the Teaching Service Commission, among other things, said that private schools are not qualified for the award.
For heads of schools, they should have taught for at least 10 years, and for those who are just teachers, the minimum number of years you should have taught is 5 years. Also, you should have uninterrupted service. So when we talk about 5 years, we're not talking about 1 year, you go to somewhere else, you come back, and then you add, no, you should be uninterrupted. Also, you can be PIN coded and non-PIN coded. So it is not restricted to just PIN coded teachers. It is open to teachers who have PIN codes and those without, because we know that teachers, wherever they are, make an impact. So, and what the award is looking for are those who make outstanding impact on our classrooms. The last one is your teacher licensing status, the examination. Now we now take the teacher licensing examination all over the country. As I speak, we have 9,811 teachers that have passed that exam.
The executive secretary of the Teaching Service Commission, Soyi said that last year in Bo was fun. This year will be held in Makeni, according to him, will run for 3 days to include Thanksgiving services.
And on the 4th of July, that's this Friday, we'll officially launch the nominations. That's when our teachers should either self-nominate or be nominated. And when they nominate or be nominated, we go through a screening process where we screen them, and then those who shortlisted were successful will go through several panel engagements. We'll start with the district level, we come to the regional level, and then the national. So at the district level, that's where the long listing is done, the short listing of district winners, and then we'll have a successful winner in the district.
This meeting on Wednesday was to inform and engage all stakeholders of the process and how the Teaching Service Commission will effectively run the national event meant to celebrate the heroes in the country's educational system.
5 years of implementation of the Presidential National Best Teachers Award is indeed a milestone.
They ended with advocacy for private sector involvement in order to increase the winning prize as compared to a model in Ghana where houses are gifted to winners. For Sleek Television, Rabiatu Mansari reporting.
Thank you very much, Rabiatu Mansari, for putting that report together for us. We got another good news also. We see another press release being come out again yesterday. Here, the press release, we see 4 names they come up with. This is not promotion. This is not appointment, but not promotion. From one rank to another. This gets to do with the Sierra Leone Armed Forces. These are personalities and from the Armed Forces. Now we get the first name. It's also no say it has pleased the president. And so go straight to the names them. They say Major General Amara I. Bangura, promoted to Lieutenant General. We got also Brigadier General Sati Gauja, promoted to Major General. And Brigadier General Kemoti Sisi, promoted to Major General. And also get Captain and Lawrence K. Jabati, promoted to Commodore. these are four names and way President Bio feel say they need for be promoted from one rank to another rank. And we say congratulations to the Chief of Defense Staff, when a Lieutenant General Aidara Amara Bangura. Yes.
Although they say one of them people also get sexual harassment allegation on top of your head. So they say, I see even in fact some advocates, some activists that they say this country now where you do wrong, you get promoted, you get promotion.
Yeah.
They reward you for the wrong way you do. So we don't know among well, we cannot tell you among them.
Even if we know stuff, we not go talk out.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you for me. Among them, one they also we get a sexual offense allegation on top of it.
Yeah.
But this case Sunday for some time now, for a couple of months now. I see several people they push that very case. But just note say among them people here also. We get one day we get sexual offense allegation on top of
the law not still better it.
And the law not still better
and they say alleged. So we are alleging.
Yes, it is still an allegation until proven beyond all reasonable doubts by the competent court of law so established by the laws of this country. But congratulations to all of them, regardless of whoever they among them we get sexual offense allegation on top of it. No. Congratulations, and we wish them the very best in their various offices.
And the various rank.
Yes. The president will succeed.
These are senior ranks of the military.
Very senior ranks of the military. Top rank of the military.
So congratulations to them. As I say, congratulations to the CDS, Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Amara I. Bangura.
And Namike School.
Yes,
so congratulations.
I don't interface with them as well, Major General Gauja as well.
Amikoto na K School.
Okay.
From K School.
K School.
Yes,
okay.
Amikoto. So congratulations to CDS.
Yes, CDS.
Congratulations to Mikoto.
Yes. To everyone. Okay. So one of the All People's Congress Party aspirants for the flag bearership position, Mohamed Kamara, where people then can call Jagaban, supports the Women Vocation Training Center where they in Akiyama Road with some sewing machine, blender, plus 200 million Oleans notes on the 2nd of July 2025. The reporter, Mohamed Bake Kamara, may witness the donation and file this report.
During this donation, Jagaban Singh gets Bokora products them where they come out from America and China when go get to the school for improve the status of this training center.
I've been promised to say I will bring up some products here from America, and believe me, I get some more products that will come from China for now. This now the product that is sewing machine and the cook spinner for cook blender and the processor. And also I bring 10 laptops there for the teachers.
The principal at this vocational center, Abdullah Bangura, say this center don't exist for over 30 years now, and at the first time this for receive such kind big gifts from the outside.
For established vocational institution of this kind and operating for over 30-something years, then it's still at its peak, single-handedly. For the first time, we get this kind gesture from Jagaban. It means a lot because they came here at one time, I think sometime in February. We make a promise, say we pay fees for students them, at the same time give we some tailoring machines and other kitchen equipment. Then today it can deliver, including computers. It means a lot to we. We appreciate them so much. We can admit them in their numbers, but as we move along in the drop, like this academic year we don't done so. Over 250 we admit. You and the way still on the course, each 150. Simply because the material cost, every day price na the market they increase. Because like if it's like for example for make batik, you get for buy the fabric, you get for buy the fabric, buy the ink, buy the candle and all the other things there. You see, some not get that amount, that money there.
So at the end of the day, they go for drop out of the course, you see. So that's a very big challenge. The material, the cost of the materials, now a very, very big challenge, you see. So we dey play we role, but at the same time, you know, if we not get people outside where they come in for help we find it very difficult. Now I make we appreciate this gesture of Jagaban so much, because it's difficult for city in kind for approach we. Some man they come and make a lot of promise, but you know they never deliver. But today, that promise they make it don't can deliver. I think say it touch we heart, it touch we soul, and we appreciate them so much.
The spokesperson for the Jagaban family, Saidu Kamara, say them will continue for help the school since an opportunity for directly help young girls them in our society.
This will be the start of a partnership where we will continue, and they will continue for support the school, whether na infrastructure or any otherwise, for see how best the school will continue for impact knowledge on young girls in Sierra Leone. This will definitely go a long way. According to the principal of the school, when he make statements, he say the school don't serve for over 30 years, meaning they don't train more than 5,000 young women them we don't become so much productive to society. And he also bring until we notice that you know they go to any hotel or guest house, any restaurant or whatever where you know see students and we come on at this school. It show you say the institution alone don't impact immensely to the development of Sierra Leone, for which we all know most times when young girls can take the WASC exam, some can find it very difficult to go to universities and other places. But with their institution also, it can able to turn them to even into self-entrepreneurs then. Let them able to be self-reliant and develop their business system and see how they can make progress for themselves.
For Slick TV, Mohamed Baki Kamara, the report.
Thank you to Mohamed Baki Kamara for put this report for we together. So we get a lot for you as we tell Una.
They say you look for somebody, people they look right now for the Jagaban blessed there.
They tell you, yeah. People say they look for Jagaban for come.
You know that song? You know that song by Africa China? Jesus, you know, go if you know bless me. Jehovah. It's not a Jagaban.
Yeah. So if you want a Jagaban can bless you, try for contact him.
Anyways, I will contact her is the problem.
He get his spokesman. This spokesman.
Anyways, we'll go to the papers.
We get the papers. We get the executive newspaper. We see for bad story. We say a warranted attack exposed. We say Commerce and Mortgage Bank has no dealings with NRA saga. You remember the NRA saga is still gone, and so people that they pull their head come out. They don't want trouble. So they pull their head, forget about their foot. So this is one thing. So these two institutions, they remember say they pull their head come out and they not get saga. Perhaps ACC they don't feel say they get question for answer anyway. They say ahead of 2026 National Delegates Conference, APC says no more business as usual. This is the quotes somebody from the APC, but not so that really they refer to.
And waiting that they know business as usual.
So that they know business as usual. Maybe everybody has been complacent since they lost power. Maybe they not do the things the way they need to do. But people they say APC they act like an opposition party anymore because they expect them to say more and oppose most of the things that they happen and they are not saying anything. Maybe this possibly the quotes. Maybe that's some of the things that they refer to, that people have been complacent. They don't want to know nothing, they don't want to do their work, the tax they get. Maybe, we don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, but I maybe they need tripartite because that's the new vogue now. When you want we get disagreement, the new vogue now forget tripartite.
Yeah, sure.
Three parties then come together. The one we get disagreement with, and maybe another. I can't sit down and negotiate. Also, you end up the parent issue, not to tripartite, you end up back.
Yeah,
tripartite. The third party not president.
Yes, the third party not president, and I don't decide.
And finally decided.
Actually, I put on it.
Yes.
And so now I get to pull up.
So now tripartite. This country now, we want to resolve. End up on tripartite.
End up on tripartite. Yes. So but not good for the call to third party.
It is never. It is never a good precedent.
For solve issues between the two parties and see how they can reach to an amicable solution.
Just sound like husband and wife, then get small issue now. Instead of then able for settle among themselves.
One call neighbor.
Yeah, not to even forget about neighbor self. So say model wedding model as you certain thing the normal way not supposed to oh, you don't hold on, you don't keep an heart.
Don't keep on.
They begin use that to man and begin poison either in Peking or somebody else, those things. So that's the kind of things where they involve third party into.
No, it's really not good. You see, another one interesting story in the executive newspaper. It's a Chief Justice reforms inspire confidence in the judiciary. When a few months back, they may appoint Justice Komba Kamada for healthy administrative wing of the silent judiciary.
So, and the professional wing as well. They take over from Justice Nicholas Brown-Mack, will be the act as Chief Justice, will be after it be take over from Justice Babatunde Edwards. So inside the last 7 years, we don't get like three Chief Justices.
Three Chief Justices.
Yes.
And just in the last 7 years under this.
And inside the last 1 year precisely, we don't get two.
Yes, we don't get two. And also we don't get, I think, more than 4 Attorney General. You start off with Magai.
Yes, Magai.
We start Priscilla Swartz.
Anthony Biwa.
They get Tarawale. MLT. And then we don't get now Alpha CC.
Alpha CC 5. The 5 Attorney General.
Inside 7 years.
Inside 7 years.
Inside 7 years.
So if you do the maths, so like 1.5 year for each one.
For each one.
1.5 year for each one. That's kind of. I'll be the field maths at school.
No.
The field maths at school. So that's the proportion, the ratio.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
We can always controversies.
No, if you do the maths well, we check and find now 1.5 year per each.
1.5 year. Yeah. So one for after that they are not really not competent. So waiting
1 year, 1 year, 2 months for each person.
You think they flout the flout?
But remember, it's as it pleases the president. As it pleases the president. So. You can tell. Remember the issue of Charles Magai, why he was removed?
Since he was the shortest
serving Attorney General.
So just 3 months, 3 months or 1 month?
Was it up to 3 months? I'm not sure.
I'm not
and then the policy we coming in with for like provide 1 or 2 supports and certain sector of the judiciary. Then you end up can't succeed. And like you carry with somebody as apprentice.
Yes,
you boss can sack you. Now that apprentice so that kind of stuff there. So that was how it happened. So 5 ministers of justice, Attorney General and ministers of justice.
We have like 2 in 1 year for the Chief Justice, the judiciary. Well, maybe the judiciary is.
And then the judiciary has come under some serious criticisms by certain civil society organizations. I remember Chadri, for example, criticizing a lot
of things
on some of the problems where they say they don't do investigations, they don't speak to
how
people.
How do they administer
on
justice?
the administration of justice, some weaknesses where they don't erode the standard according to them in the allegations of the report. They say they don't erode the standards of the judiciary over the course of years. But we other schools of thought, however, believe say Justice Komba Kamanda don't make inroads, just like in predecessors, they don't make inroads, and then look forward to him continue to make more inroads.
I think Justice Komba Kamada for Wete Alan, he's just doing a continuation, like he meets the blueprint and he's doing the continuation because most people they give credit to Justice Babatunde Edwards. He did a great thing. He did a lot of things, a lot of reform.
Again, then I will take as an allegation because when you talk to other schools of thought, they say it derail other schools of thought. Again, they say it derail the judiciary. Because there were some bickering within the judicial sector, even where Justice Nicholas Brown-Mack take over, and then the same bickering continued. So it depends on who that you talk to. Again, allegations upon allegations.
We'll see for continue. The issues are many.
Yeah.
Remember this young guy, weeks back he launched a new Part C, in a PAC, PAC. Now he's making this statement. X page, he said the SFPP has kidnapped NGC. They wanted me to libele, quote unquote, for appointment and lead the party in 2028. But I refuse, prioritizing my values, principles, and country over self. Salon force. This is now waiting Dr. Alhaji K. Tarawale
aka Large K.
Large K. In short, Large K. He's a young man. I think he want to vie for the hot seat for takeover President Bio.
Large K started as a cub reporter in Radio Mantorial, and later became a popular DJ in the same Radio Mantorial called DJ Large K. He moved from Radio Mantorial to Premier Radio. From Premier Radio, and then
you go AYV?
Well, I'm not. Yes, he moved to AYV, and then he do sports. He go into DJ business,
entertainment,
and the whole stuff before he go into active politics. He went into active politics because one of the people when I been political godfather, now the former chairman of the Western region for SLPP, when Chief Boy Maketa, and where Chief Boy Maketa moved from SLPP and go NGC, he moved with Chief Boy Maketa, and then stayed there and again stick within the NGC, and then now after the NGC gradually begin get some issues, in fact till date. Now this is what he has resolved to doing. You don't acquire a higher education when a PhD. They currently we do in Germany. So now the Bobo don't go.
They don't go. It don't go. It don't go further.
Them now for become man.
Yes.
They don't become man. So that is educator now doctor.
Now so they make this statement. He say he refused all the
the lead NGC
2028, but he refused it because he get he prioritizing values, principle, and of Salon over.
The aspect of libelle for appointment, that is what we would need. Maybe you go get for clarify that point. Say maybe in subsequent posts.
In subsequent program, we go get for hoster. We go get for clarify that. I'll take another pick again for the week. This is the Global Times newspaper. It say VP Jude Jallo engages corporate Cypriot foreign minister, and also see the main banner headline story: former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf visits and congratulates President Bio. We also see another story here. I say green light for construction of $50 million fish harbor at Black Johnson. And say no hate, no insult, no violence. Dr. Ibrahim Bangora's new politics. If we can make this paper, will make a very good read. I guess you better enjoy them today. You don't buy the Global Times newspaper this morning. See to get some interesting stories and day.
Dr. Ibrahim still seem for don't steal the political limelight right now. Well, right now. Maybe by the time when they reach convention 2026, somebody else go down take over. But you see, politics, not to how much of this, not to how much of this media attention will you get, particularly when it comes to internal party politics. Not to the amount of media attention where you get at the issue. It's how much you for buy the delegates over. Buying the delegates over it's about passing on your ideology to them. But again, I will have to go back and probably retract that statement I make earlier. Through these media stuff, some of the people where they read, listen, or watch what you they say might buy your idea.
Your ideology.
Some of them delegates and so by the time when they make decision now, they know say yes, I will not listen to this person someday. I don't read something about them. I don't watch them where they say certain things. I think I go within your ideology. So it's an ideology that fits within my own ideology. So maybe I think I need for vote one. But in the politics where they practice, at this part of it's not the politics of that kind.
That kind statement,
it's a politics of complete sentiment where devoid of whether you think this person developed, but it's how much you'll be able to succeed in penetrating what through the person.
So I got a lot to do, and also see the former president of Liberia. We also know a Nobel Prize winner, L.S. Sirleaf Johnson.
I think he did a salon on a conference. Where for happened this week. And the mayor of Freetown is also a speaker in that conference. Among other people, including the former presidents of Liberia, where Sok Bobby left for George Weah in Liberia, and George Weah Sok Bobby left for Bouaké.
And Bouaké is enjoying now.
And Bouaké Talek, the Lastina right now?
Well, you know, say Lastina because all our people that are on the way want to take over.
Let me guess for now. And the Lastina.
Yes, you get a lot of people who want to take over.
Yeah, but Ellen Justice are living in a salon. Maybe by the weekend, he go return.
Yes, and many people, the question is still in leadership anyway, but that's not like big. I don't mention, we'll focus on salon issues. So
African politics is always like that.
Yeah, we'll find our pick for today. Salon Times. Say Black Johnson Fish Harbour. Say a big project with big promises for Sierra Leone. Dr. Ibrahim Bangura again, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, more than a politician, and so who is he? NPRA has contributed trillions to economy. New board chair in the quote, Balowan Koroma, and also say new consortium on adolescents, sexuality, sport, or prior. Critics says it threatens Africa values and tradition. So a big story there where we don't talk about the Black Johnson. This one they are quoting the Minister of Fisheries and the Marine Resources. Princess Duba. You say you get big promises. They bring a big promises for.
And some of those promises include attracting investors for come establish certain factories at the very 250 plus acres of land where they don't acquire a Black Johnson for establish the first fish harbour in Salon. So those factories, people they invested and they from them. Some of the names where they come up from Morocco, Egypt, some other Western countries. We actually don't express interest for come established entities, either for come construct factory where they manufacture chains for fishing and other things more or less. So it's a huge portion. Remember, Black Johnson don't come under some serious issues, some controversies quite recently. And it's a project that had started way since 2013. It's a project that was conceived in 2013. But in 2019, President Julius Maada Bio, after one visit where he made to China, being consults the Chinese President Xi Jinping, and say, one thing where he want for the Chinese government do for Salon and for establish the fish harbour. So 52 or $55 million.
$55 million.
Grant was given, was approved by the Chinese government for that fish harbour day. Now free money where China give to Salon for establish that fish harbour day. But the money they need to give to the government of Salon. And like where then they do stadium so. And say $40 million for renovate stadium since 2022.
It don't take 3 years now.
2022 now 3 years so now. So the money more or less they give them to the government of Sierra Leone. Now them where they can do their work. And then they buy all the equipment and count them and then they do their work. And pay what they get for pay. They give them to any government official. So that's how it operates for them. Then they count their money, then buy what them for buy, then pay what them for pay. And when they don't do their work, they hand over and corner to the government of Sierra Leone. So that's the model where they can do for the Black Johnson Fish Harbour. So it's a promising stuff where they say every year, that fish harbour day, if them harness them very well, it's supposed to generate up to $59 million every year if they harness them well.
And it will create a lot of job opportunities.
Yes, and they open the peninsula as well. So the issue will be to talk earlier about the land and all that. We'll therefore expect more land for be taken away in the peninsula, where the fish harbour they go establish, because you will expect more resettlement of people from wherever they to that area in search of either job or for go do business. So as a result, they will therefore need land for establish either dwelling structures or business structures. So, and now this is the time people they expect government authorities, ministries, departments, and agencies were responsible for land and other administration. So both of them begin to do the needful right now for do proper planning in that area. Otherwise, by the time where the projects get commence, you not get any land where go left in that place there again, and proper planning will be eroded completely.
Yes, so we hope that all the plans we government gets for bringing Kamna Salon concerning the harbour will come to reality, making it just be a future plan or policy based.
The Chinese are already in the country. They're in the country. They're in a salon already. I remember when we visited Black Johnson a couple of days ago, we meet them already in the site. We meet them already in the site. They do some mapping, some further mapping. They're already in the country, and they don't start their work already. Now just the construction of the very fish harbour according to the Ministry of Fisheries authorities, and say it will start in harness by September this year.
By September.
So
okay.
Plus minus, would expect, say, in 2 years' time, after it will don't start in September this year, in 2 years' time, that by 2027, it will don't complete. Again, we cannot tell whether it will get for be like the stadium project, where then say the 2 years go on up to like 3 years.
Okay, so thank you, Patrick, for that fine analysis on the Black Johnson. So we'll get to one more tip for Una. We remember, say, President Bio, recently they appointed him as the new chairman for ECOWAS community. And people, they ask, what does this mean to we? How whose benefits will go for get as he don't be the chairman for ECOWAS, and within Africa will go for benefit and salary as a whole. So all that question today, the Foreign Minister of Affairs, Timothy Kaba, may answer the question today during the weekly press briefing where Minister of Information organized na U building. Make we take a listen to him.
Honorable Minister, I want to let you speak the importance of President Bio in chairmanship. What's in the agenda where President Bio will lead on during his tenure as chair? What's in this mean for Salone, very specifically?
After several years of the formation of ECOWAS, Sierra Leone don't get this opportunity this time round. Since after 1981-82, where Shaka Stevens being served as chair of the Authority of Heads of State and Government, this is the second opportunity we've gotten. And we had grueling several hours of the heads of state then for decide on who becomes the leader of ECOWAS at this very critical time. The time is very difficult because old powers, middling powers, and emerging powers, they're all the beat them, ways them to the West African continent, because our sub-region is very strategic to global peace and security. And for make the leaders then come unanimously and say President Bio should be the leader at this particular time, it is speak volume. It's a testament to the president is in enduring pursuit for peace and security in the subcontinent, in the continent, and globally. The role Sierra Leone they play in the Security Council, it don't build on the context and the texture where it makes Sierra Leone fit for lead the organization, for ensure say we pass through these difficulties. And President Bio in the inaugural speech, he came up with 4 priorities. One of those priorities is restoration of democracy, restoration of constitutional order, and deepening of democracy. President Bio talks say, for make we go survive as a sub-region, forget proper trade and investment and people's integration, we need forget security, and we forget regional security cooperation, for intensify regional security cooperation. This is important because in some 5-6 years ago, in the Sahel countries, we had terrorist groups that were terrorizing the population in this part of the sub-region. But now these groups have now morphed into terrorist armies, and they're terrorizing the Sahel state, and this insecurity is coming coastwards. We see we get infractions in Togo, in Benin, in northern Ghana, in Cote d'Ivoire. We're not going to know tomorrow it may come to Guinea-Conakry, to Sierra Leone or Liberia. And that's why the president is calling for a rejuvenated, intensified regional security cooperation. The president also believes the founding mandate of ECOWAS is regional integration, promotion of trade and investment. So His Excellency also gets on in priority for make heads of states then through the summit, for make marching order to the ministers of finance, ministers of economic development, ministers of foreign affairs, for ensure trade barriers, unnecessary non-tax trade barriers are eliminated, for ensure goods and services can traverse from one border to the other without let and hindrance. And also the president, they prioritize restoring credibility to the institutions of ECOWAS. Trust and credibility are very paramount to the success of any community or organization. When people lose trust in an entity or an institution, democracy no go thrive. So the president wants to bring trust and credibility to ECOWAS as an organization. But we are ready to support the president and the people of this country for make sure, say, president gets a successful tenure and an impactful one for the community of West African states.
Play that video for we waiting the foreign minister say president will get 4 major tax them. And one of the one we call to attention is say he gets one of the tax now for restore democracy and constitutional order within the African region. That means a huge tax for Guinea on democratic government. So we don't know how President Biogha for go about for doing particular.
Constitutional order is a very big task for restore. So when you make that statement, say any Sierra Leone right now, in Sierra Leone right now,
sure.
The first thing we will come to mind, go do first na Guinea. See, take Yenga away first. Yenga, small Yenga.
Just a community.
Not for restore constitutional order na Guinea.
Just about the bandigi.
Talk about your own boundary first. Yenga, we don't deal under dispute for how many years now. Take Yenga away first from the Guineans and bring them back to Sierra Leone. It's indeed a Herculean task. It's a Hercules task. For the presidents do that one day.
Yeah,
it's a very big task.
One for the president, be a former military person,
and even though he will come as ECOWAS chairman, but you get a member, they say you neighbor, they say you good neighbor better pass fire away fumble.
Yeah.
Because problem happen to you. And neighbor they force and they come to you aid before you fumble they reach to you. So I wonder how that they get for happen for restore constitutional order in Guinea. Guinea, we already don't go seize advantage. We already seize advantage by Sierra Leone over Yenga, and then we kind of you get for bio diplomacy, get for play. You know, we say they go take gun for go pull and commodity and all that. You have to play diplomacy, but for how long you get for begin ask those questions?
Well, for say President Biogha is a diplomat and also a former military general, so we know say you go play tactics, you go get some military tactics, and you know go and war, but you go get some military tactics and strategies that way. I feel say go put in place for Guinea Yenga and also restore constitutional order in Guinea, Burkina Faso, Niger, and
Mali.
The rest, Mali, and the rest. So he can do it. If he can get a democratic elected president as alone, it means he has a lot of work to do in order to go about a 2-term president. So we wish him well in a new position as a chairman for ECOWAS.
And we pray he succeed. We pray he for restore the constitutional order then they because they therefore be a feather to the cap of Sierra Leoneans, not only the president or in government or the ministers, therefore be a feather to the cap of every Sierra Leonean. That we go to any country and say, the president, he really try to restore constitutional order in countries like Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Guinea. That will make you proud as a Sierra Leonean.
Yes,
so we pray he succeeds, and he succeeds in all of those key tasks that he gets as ECOWAS chairman for rule in the next few months where he did it for occupied seats there.
And perhaps that could give him another edge for making get
re-election.
The re-election of
as,
the chairman.
As in predecessor, Tinubu won for like 2 terms.
Yes, for 2 terms. So he can likely run for 2 terms as well if he succeeds in doing all this. And maybe in second year he can succeed in doing the rest of the other major things. Now, so the headline review left you for today. We also enjoy them. So continue for watch Slick TV, also continue for the bring you the news as they come.
And we'll continue to analyze them accordingly with the appropriate people, the people who lead the story, and the experts we actually supposed to do so. And also, today's show will end for this Thursday, the 3rd
of July.
2025. And we will return tomorrow, Friday, the 4th of July, 2025. I want to say thank you to the rest of the production team. We put this material together, especially the people who travel all the way to the peninsula for capture for you some of those special shots, Cherino Ba, Yemina Tubangura, and John Abdullah. And to the team in the control room, Sidi Jallo, Aminata Kamara, and Rabiatu Mansari. Thank you to we guessed them earlier in the show also. And thank you to you too, we take time for joining, for watching. As always, I want to say we appreciate you so much, the reason we're there, and for bringing the appropriate information. Until we meet tomorrow, Mina Patrick Salia.
And Mina James Kamaramane.
Have a splendid day. Stay out of trouble. Stay blessed. And remember, Mpox still there. Stay protected.